Dutch Miller Kia, we can't afford basketball superstar Blake Griffin for an endorsement. But we can afford local basketball player Blake Griffith.
Hi, I am Blake Griffith from Much Diller Kia.
It's Dutch Miller.
Huh? Dutch Miller Kia. Is that good? Where everybody gets family-friendly pricing.
It's friends and family.
Huh? Only at Much Diller Kia.
Cut.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Jackocar. This is the Kia series, and you're joining me, the beautiful Gareth Hall, joined as always by Mr. Yuri Hasselhager. Good evening, Yuri.
Not even the beautiful Yuri? Wow, rude. Good evening, Gareth. How are we?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing this evening? How's the Netherlands as you shape up for tonight's race?
Well, wish I could join. Wish I could, have internet that works on all devices that I need tonight. But other than that, it is grey, rainy, and chilly.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, hope you guys are all doing well at home. Do let us know if all the levels are sounding okay. You can hear everything, all that stuff. Usually you do whilst you're sitting there. I was doing another league last night and they were complaining I was too quiet and then too loud and too quiet and then too loud, so that was always really helpful when you had people making conflicting reports in the comments. But I'm sure someone's tuning in, they can actually make a assessment of if you can hear Yuri and I. But if you are new, none of you will be, but if you are new, this is the Jackocar format. It's a mandatory 2-stop, one Joker per season. A Joker is a mandatory 1-stop. Of course, everyone else is on 2, so you do get the benefit of around about 20 seconds to your time. Sim Damage is a 1-lap, hot lap qualification style multiplayer cars that have to be designed specifically. You can't just choose the default, you have to have changed the colours. We have a regular season, we have a playoffs, we have a championship 5 where only 5 drivers can go on to win the championship, 4 coming through the playoffs and 1 coming through the chase, the lucky loser. Dynamic weather's on, we have stage points, and win and you are in to the next round. That goes through the regular season and the playoffs. You can see the points on the left and on the right hand side of the screen. And well, here are the drivers that will be competing tonight. You've got the likes of Jess Ball, you've got the likes of Skies. Isaac Edemy is back. Kingan actually deciding to turn up for a race this season, which is great to see. You've got a couple others in there that are not making an appearance tonight. Of course, Matt Lester decided to win a race and then effectively disappear from the country. So that's not a way to win the championship, but that's the way he's gone for. But Florian Meyer, is he in? I think Florian is. Of course, yes, he is. We are missing Rageman, Robin Border. He is out tonight, and I believe Dustin is out tonight as well. So a couple of drivers missing out, but the majority of them here, 16 currently. Here's the calendar. We've got one more race in the regular season, so we've got the Netherlands tonight, and of course we head over to Singapore next week. So 2 of Jack Rickett's favourite circuits in a row, the Netherlands and Singapore. We've already had one of the admins of the league, Mr. OKK, giving everyone a bit of a pep talk today, saying that they need to pick it up over the next 2 rounds, and we're not expecting any safety cars and extended yellows and red flags, of course. And well, there's your 4 race playoffs, and of course the final championship 5 before everything changes for season 8 and Kia is turned on its head. Yuri knows about it. What do you think about what are you thinking about season 8?
I think your name is factually incorrect, and it's not an all-star season if not all the stars are here to join. Can you have a guess who I'm trying to impersonate?
I mean, we know that there might be a slightly angsty Hasselager that might be a little bit salty that he may not get an invitation. But
no, I'm very excited about it. The fact that we'll have a 17 race calendar is great. The fact that we'll be having some interesting names will be even better. So looking forward.
Yeah, it should be fun. But tonight it is the Netherlands. It is Zandvoort. First time back on the calendar since October last year. 10th to the 10th last year we saw. It's round 6 of season 6. Pole time there was 109.854. That was Lesty that took pole position there. It was, however, won eventually by Huri Yassalaga, which is the reason why his counterpart is not racing tonight. It's a 4.25 kilometre circuit. I'd blame him too. 4.25 kilometre circuit, 2.64 miles. It's 36 laps, that's 50%. We have 3 jokers, 3 drivers making a mandatory 1 stop tonight, and that is the 2 Dutch drivers of Michel Goris and of course of Rico Berkenkamp and Jake Warrior. So you're looking out for Wasabi of, where's Michel, MX Sight and Jake WBFC. They are the 3 cars that will be on a mandatory 1 stop. Of course they can elect to take more, but of course you have the benefit of a slightly shorter race time, but it's a bit of a short pit lane. It's not too much of a loss here. It's around about 18 to 22 seconds depending on how quick you are in and how quick you are out. And of course tyre warm up on exit hurts a little bit around here because you do have the hairpin with cold tyres just after the pit exit, and of course the very fast right-hander in the second sector, which I'm sure Yuri will be able to tell me the name of the corner, because last time we did commentary together around here you were appalled by my lack of Dutch in my names or corner names. So
see, you say together, but we have actually never done this.
Was
together.
it not? Did maybe it was?
No, you had some moving to do, and because I had to give my seat up to my cousin, I wasn't in the commentary box either, and we actually had Pete, Jamie, and Ben as a strategist.
Interesting. I swear that there was one time where I was accosted by you, for maybe it was the season before, well, when you were racing about.
Oh yeah, no, I would absolutely had a go at you for all the comments you made about, or all the efforts you put in to mispronounce every single corner name.
Let's we've got some time. We'll take you to the on track, by the way. So I know you've been sitting there.
No, we don't have time because actually Isaac will be out.
Is it? Oh, it's so. Oh, that's very quiet. So let's sort that out very quickly. I don't know why there's absolutely no game sound coming, at least from me. I don't know if any of you can hear it, but no, just no game sounds. Evidently, just you're gonna have to deal with the fact that there is absolutely nothing coming through from the game, at least to me. I'm not quite sure if you can hear it on stream. I don't know if you can check, Yuri, but.
I will make myself useful, and no, I actually won't make myself useful because I've just seen the thumbnail of this. For fuck's sake!
It's a great thumbnail.
Is it though?
Right, I'll tell you why. It's because it's not recognising. So let's go back to that for a second. You can go back to that whilst I'm just going to work out why that did not pick up.
I do love watching at your media page.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. The game's playing, so I'm not quite sure.
Do you have a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 Disney Plus?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've still got my PS4 and I still run my account on that, so. But I don't think I pay for it.
No, I mean like the media app.
Maybe it would be. I've got an external hard drive, so it would only be backed up onto that. So, right, let's work out what you're not doing. There's something obviously not working. So we'll restart.
We're professionals here, guys.
We are. Who cares anyway? It's Kia.
Well, sorry. You are a professional. I'm just, me.
So let's. It was all working. I literally tested it just before the stream started, but you're gonna have to listen to me clicking around whilst I just restart the Elgato. Let's go into this and see if we can see anything.
Oh well, it's just Isaac on his lap.
Yeah, you can...
We haven't seen him for the all 6 other rounds, so we can do without looking at him this round.
We'll do some audio. You can do some audio commentary. So for those of you that do not have
as if
the
I'm
power
like
of sight
on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, and Isaac's going through that corner, and he's going over this straight, and he's going into this corner in a gear, whilst he turns the wheel into this corner. So you have absolutely no idea where he's at on track, whilst he's going over this straight towards that turn, and he puts in a 112.4. And you said last season's pole time. I did not write that down, so how far is he off?
It was a 109.8, I believe, was the last one.
2 point something seconds. I'm very good at math, so. Next out, I have that written down somewhere. I should have it written out. It's Marco. Wait, that doesn't sound right. It is Marco. Marco isn't here though, so that's weird. Then it's Thomas. And Thomas is going very Dutch with his livery as he goes through the Hugenholz bocht towards Slotenmaker. He's gone with a very orange livery and some black tints. I'm a very big fan of that. You shouldn't go to the grass on the entry to the Skyflak. And also, how the fuck are you out of ERS already? Anyway. Towards the main straight, opens the DRS. Down the straight, and he is still 8/10 quicker than Kingen. Whilst he's down his entire lap on 6% ERS. We go on towards Rico, but we don't have to show you anything of Rico's lap because he's invalidated. He's also off the track in the Hans Ernst bocht. Not that you can see, but whatever.
No, you can't.
So we'll focus on the next guy who's just exited the Tarzan bocht. Turn 1 for all of you guys who don't know that. It's Michael OKK. He runs a higher line through turn 3 as we go through the gears through 4, 5 and 6. 7th gear, 280 kph over the Slotenmaker bocht into Skyflak, where he keeps it in 6th. Short shift 7. He's a little bit wide on the curb. Invalidated Michael. Well, I'm not going to say I'm surprised, but yeah. He puts in a nice spin on the entry to turn 8 to make it look a lot cooler than it actually was, his invalidation. Next up, Scott. We pick up Scott where we also picked up Michael's lap in turn 2 and 3. Looks a little bit better. Scott's running a black and green livery, and if I knew any better, it would be the same as he had last season, but I have no idea because I don't keep track of you guys' livery. I must say that it does look nice whilst we go through turn 8 where Michael just lost it. He's still valid, so that seems to be great. Through turn 10, which does have a name, but on this weird track map it doesn't turn up. As we go through over the first DRS section, the game indicates him being purple. We have actually no fucking idea whether that's correct or not. Out of turn 12, slightly touches the curbs as he positions his car to turn 13. Rides it nice and well, opens the corner and opens the DRS, sorry, I should say. Keeps a little bit more to the right, but then chooses to let it run out to the left anyway. And it is a 110.4, and with that being 1.2 seconds quicker than Thomas, it's currently Scott, Thomas, Kingen is your top 3 with only 3 cars setting a lap. As we go towards the second Joker driver of the night, it is Michel running his, I do know this, it's just black and blue, which is his default livery. He's been running this entire season. Do I still need to go, or you've got things sorted?
No, we're back in the game. I've had to reset the entire Elgato. It doesn't like the fact that I've basically been running it for like the last 2 hours because I've been doing stuff with it. And
yeah, you're also a lot quieter now.
Oh.
But that might be just me, so let me check.
I will. Well, it can't be me, surely, because I've got my audio levels are exactly the same as what they were before. I'll turn myself up even more. I'm not peaking. I'm not. Also, I'm middling. So, just let me know, everyone, in the comments and all that shit like that. There you go.
Yeah. So it's just on my part. So okay. Let me see what I can do about that.
Good. So yeah, I mean, like we said, it's Kia. Who cares? The audio levels are always. It's because It's because of the league last night. And I had to change everything, so all my usual levels had to be altered. But for now, you see Michel has gone pole with a 109.270. That leaves us Bazza, who's on his lap. So Liam popped in a 110.575, so that put him P3 and provisionally second row. Bazza, who's actually running a different livery tonight. He's gone for what unfortunately Owen thought that my lovely looking yellow livery that I've been running recently is a Renault throwback. It's not. It's just actually quite like what it looks like. Whereas this is equally looks as though Bazza's going for the 2007-8 or whatever it is around that livery, the yellow and the orange. No longer running the Welsh flag. Clearly thinks that using a little bit of orange in the country of orange is going to make some difference, but we'll see. As the plane has taken off for the national anthem, I've heard from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, so that will be making its appearance. Bazza pops in 11.474, 2 tenths faster than Thomas, and into the second row of the grid, and now down to Matt Shepherd, who has gone. Supposedly purple in the first sector. You never know if that's right or not, but I think what we tried to work out is the fact that it's the fastest compared to the driver that went before you, so it might have been that he was faster than Bazza on that last lap. As we'll see what Shep can do with DRS open down in towards the last chicane, as Thomas says ERS is also running for some reason. Yeah, you've got to turn it off on your out lap, Kaya. As Shep runs to the line, and what can he do with a 6:30 left on the clock? It's going to be P4, 11 flat for Matthew, as he puts in a time that's going to put him around about mid-table when the results are finalised. Jake taking a very narrow line through the first corner, have to get over onto the raised curb there, so it's not really ideal. But Yuri, take us around the rest of Jake's lap.
Why? You're bored? You don't want to do it anymore? Anyway.
No, I'm just clicking various things.
Ah, you need to sort everything out. I thought you were good at multitasking. I'm slightly disappointed there. Anyway, through the Mastersbocht, up into bocht 9 or turn 9. I have absolutely no idea how he's looking at, but at least it's looking decent. He's tighter than Thomas is in turn 10, so that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. It's Shep ahead of him. Maybe he feels nice and gives him a little toe, or he just bails out of the way as soon as we exit turn 12. Which he does. Boo-hoo, boring. Jake, our third Joker driver, is trying to get himself ahead of Michel to make his life a little easier later in the race. He was one of the protagonists in an earlier season's racing, when it was Jacko versus Jake, and it is now Jake on a 111.1, currently P5. Jacko will be looking at that very happily.
Yeah, Jacko, who continuously protests the fact that he doesn't like Zandvoort, but always tends to seemingly go all right around here. I actually quite like driving around Zandvoort because it's quick.
Clip it!
I don't have an issue with it. I think it's a bit of a rubbish circuit for racing. It's quite fun to drive around. It's the opposite.
It's decent in the game. It's terrible in real life.
Yeah, exactly. It's a terrible.
But then again, you do get nice moves into turn 1.
It's a great track if you're driving an F3 car.
If you have all your wheel. Oh no, that was F2.
Yeah. So yeah, for Fred Vesti driving around with 2 wheels on
yes.
the car. But
Nissan with the board radio.
Florian up to the line. What can he do? It's P2, 109.793. So still half a second slower than Michel. So we've currently got a all-European front row. Scott will actually be quite happy with that. 10-4 puts him relatively off. As Jacko said to me earlier, that Scott told him that he's confident of this race. And
Okay, he's going to crash in lap 3.
Well, I did say to Jacko, does that mean confident of getting around the first lap this time, or actual confident of finishing the race? But didn't quite get an answer on it. But we'll see nonetheless. As Leslie now says, turn up your microphone. Honestly, I can't win. I've turned it up to the max. I'm right next to it as well. You can hear me.
So now, now you're clear as fuck. Nice.
Yeah. So.
But then again, whenever Sully says it, you should listen to it. Whenever Leslie says it, he's just a dick. So don't listen.
Right. I will go into the actual settings of my PC and turn it.
If that's the case, then I will run you through the final corner of Jacko, who keeps it as far to the right as he can to make the run as short as he can, up towards the line. P4 of 10.5, and there with that he is 6/10 quicker than his arch rival from a few seasons back. Next up, Jess. Are you printing something?
What?
Are you printing something?
No, I told you it's because I've turned my microphone up, so it's going to pick up everything.
Well, it is very loud now.
Oh, for fuck's
on my
sake.
end. I guess it's final stream, so I'll suffer. It's fine. I'll suffer anyway because we're watching Kia series.
Right, I'm going.
Garrett, it's fine.
I know. No, we need to be perfect. Clearly, everyone gets very upset. Right, is that better? Can everyone stop complaining? Should we even? What we'll do is we'll turn down the game sound by 1 click as well, so you'll even hear me a little bit louder. Right, Matthew Lester, is that better? Before we get into the race, because who cares about it when we get into the race?
Jess, by the way, a second of Michel.
Yeah, she puts herself P3. Quite right. This is where we're going to see. Well, Harry Collier needs to have a decent qualifying because he's a man that they were toting earlier in the day about the fact that he's still not won a race yet. He said that the Speedway might be the next opportunity that he has.
Doubt.
As I can't wait for the Speedway for Kia. Ben says it was fine before. Fuck all of you. I'm going to go on protest now.
No, don't leave me.
So, yeah, Harry, who needs to at some point win a race, he's turning into the Jordan Lane of Kia at the moment, of someone that can kind of fight up towards the front, but seemingly can't get it over the line. As I'm sure Jordan will forgive me for that one, but he's coming to the final corner and using the banking to carry some extra speed onto the straight, up to the line. What can he do? P4. 6/10 off pole. He won't be displeased with that. Not the greatest of laps. Of course, Sully went fastest with that 109.248. So the man that shouldn't be in Cup is currently... shouldn't be in Cup, shouldn't be in Kia. Well, yeah, to be fair, he shouldn't be in either. What do we get now from Daniel Price? Of course, in his rookie season, along with Florian Mayer, who is currently lining up in P3, as Scott says he's 10-4 he's happy with. Which, to be fair, I think this will be one of Scott's best qualifying results. Apart from, I think there was another one where wasn't there the one where Rico ended up on pole position or something like that because he went out and everyone else, it rained and.
Listen. Don't you talk shit about Rico. He deserved that pole in his very first race.
Yes, yeah, I know. Absolutely deserved. But what can Dan do? Up to the line. I haven't got the time up on the screen, so you're just going to have to guess that it's going to be P5. So a 10-1 puts him just in front of Jess and Scott. So Scott out qualifying Jacko. So that's embarrassing, Mr. Ricketts. Being out qualified by the man that's allergic to finishing races. But there's qualifying done for us.
You said it yourself there. Allergic to finishing races is no issue when you're out qualifying someone else.
But there is a qualifying done. It is Sully that takes pole position with 1:09.248. He's 0.02 of a second faster than Michel. So the two drivers that dropped down from the Cup Series have taken pole position by half a second.
And here you're complaining about me racing. Jeez.
Foreshadowing season 8, let's say. Florian in P3, Harry P4. I'm sure he'll be relatively happy with that, and Matt Lester will be pretty disappointed with that. Dan Price in P5. Then you've got Jess, Scott, Jacko, Liam, and Shep. Jake, Bazza, Thomas, and Isaac. And then no time for Michael and for... Gotta remember who it was on my screen. It was Michael, and it was someone else that is, as it went off the screen, I've completely forgotten who else is in this league. Never mind, they came last. But whilst that occurs, let's take you for the Dutch national anthem as presented by these fine people, and you'll enjoy this one because it is going to be a fantastic anthem. Hold on. No. This is a music festival happening on the beach at the moment. No, this is the national anthem. This is the national anthem. Here we go. Sorry, my apologies. The national anthem of the Netherlands. Oh, hold on. Fuck. No, not this one. Here with the national anthem of the Netherlands. Shit, I've got it wrong again. The national anthem of the Netherlands. Apologies for some broadcasting issues there, but the national anthem as performed by Leroy Hasselager. Yuri. Yuri? He could either be ignoring me, or there's a very good chance that the internet's just gone down.
No. I'm just recovering from you bringing up Brechia again. I told you that in confidence, man, and it was such an awkward but fun night, and you had to bring that up in stream. And...
well, I apologise. But I mean, she was a wonderful.
No,
she was a wonderful woman.
What do you mean was? She's still alive. She's 63 right now, but whatever. But the personality on that one, man.
Right, we're still waiting for these guys. They're still loading up, so we've probably
so kind of them. Wait for us.
So I think there's probably time for an advert in all of this. So yeah, whilst I'll grab a drink. So enjoy this for a second.
contact.
I tell you, that intro was fucking elite when it used to come on TV. Like, I'm sure the majority of you are too young to remember it, but that was the call to run to the sofa because the F1 was about to start. I knew that Murray Walker was about to start waxing lyrical on the microphone. But we're about to start as the guys form up on the grid very, very shortly. And, well, as we come into this one, Sully, Michel will be looking on the medium tyres to extend long. Softs are on for the majority of the field, apart from Scott, who is on mediums. Hard is Jake on his Joker. Rico going mediums, and of course Michel on his Joker going mediums as well. So will we see the battle of the speed drivers at the front of this one? We will have to find out. Lovely positioning there from the man in orange. Which one of you is it? Is it Florian? It's Bazza. Fantastic Bazza. We'd love to see it. That's a great place to be. Right, waiting for the lights. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, out and underway. Who gets the whole shot? It looks as though it's a good start from Sonny. He's going to come across, try and block off Michel, but Michel's got the inside line and gets the benefit. He's going to push Sully out wide and surely take the lead. No, Sully actually comes back at him. They're side by side. Michel doesn't want to fight this too early. He knows that he's got the benefit of the pit stop ahead of Sully, so he holds on to P2. Florian P3, Harry P4. Jess has moved up past Dan Price. She's had a good start up to P5. Behind Liam up a couple of positions, I believe, up to P7. Shep and Scott have moved and traded places. We've got Bazza dropping down, and we've already got a yellow flag out. That's someone falling down the order. That's Bazza that's had an issue. He's fallen to the back of the pack on the soft tyres as well. So maybe a little bit of a run onto the grass between Bazza and one of the other drivers as he was fighting around the likes of Scott, who's dropped down. It's a good start from Jake as well, up to P10 on those hard tyres. Yuri, did you see anything else interesting happening on that opening lap?
Yeah, something I can't quite explain. It's Scott. I think it's Scott who just lost the car on a full, flat-out kink and collected Bazza, who then went off the track. It's Kingen who has a moment out of turn 12. He is back into the last position where he belongs. Yeah, Bazza just innocent bystander in that.
As well, is obviously there's never been any animosity between Yuri and Isaac, so you can.
I love Isaac like a brother.
You can expect the completely unbiased commentary for the rest of the evening. But lap 2 of 36 here in the Netherlands at Zandvoort for the first time since October last season. There are the possible race strategies for the one stop. So that is for the Joker drivers. So the guys, you'll see P2, where's Rico? P14 and P10. They will be doing a mandatory one stop. Everyone else will have to make 2. You cannot make it under multiple safety cars. You can make 1 under a safety car if it comes after the end of lap 3 and before. Effectively, you can't make the second one before the end of the end of stage 2. So I'm sure you're
so educated.
Yeah, Yuri's got right in front of him. He's got what the stages are because Gareth hasn't got the tweet up at the moment.
9:18.
There we go. So pit stops can be made shortly, and then after 18 they can make their second one. So I think Misha will be looking to run these until the end of the second stage, and that is Isaac that's gone around into the wall, brings out our first VSC.
Yeah,
so he can actually make a stop.
No,
there's no
he can't 'cause he's on lap 2.
Well, there's no point, but he can make a stop if he wants to, and it wouldn't count as a mandatory one. But
fair enough. See, he knows the rules better than Bazza.
Yeah.
Hasn't been here for half the season.
True.
Knows them better than Bazza.
As who have we got? We've got Rico trying to overtake Scott under a VSC. The Dutch torpedo knowing exactly what the rules are here. As Scott, who's fallen right down the order, now down to 13th place. So changes, I'm sure, will be coming because we will inevitably have someone jumping the restart, and we'll have a drive-through penalty. We'll go back to green shortly because Isaac's got going again without a front wing, but at least he's got out of it. Everyone else a relatively slower speed, so DRS is now enabled. Back to green, and no one jumped the restart. Gosh, everyone's clearly too slow to do so, but let's see, does anyone dive in anytime soon? No, looks as though everyone is going to go for a long stint to start off with.
No, too soon.
Michael in. So Michael deciding to get the undercut on the entire field, so he needs to...
Yes, front wing.
Oh,
damage.
For God's sake, of course. Right, there's a new front wing.
Same can be said for Buzzer, by the way.
And some medium tyres. That must have been what happened with Bazza at the start, with falling down the order.
No, Thomas got it on the. Thomas got it out of the. Michael got it out of turn 1.
Okay. As back up in front, we've got Liam on the back of Dan, and they're both chasing down Jess. The battle at the front is quite close between the top 3. They've got 1.5 seconds back to Harry. Come on, Harry, you're on the soft tyres. Pick it up. As if you guys are watching along, do let us know if everything's sounding all right. And equally, like the stream, helps out, and also gets promoted to other people watching live streams, which would be fucking hilarious if you actually get some high-profile streamers that we've had previously when we've kind of been promoted, and you get like a bump out of nowhere with a load of random people, and they come here and like, what on the shit is going on? As down the inside goes down on Jess, so he moves up to P7. We've seen Liam last week is got no issue with ruining Jess's race, as he did last time when he was fighting her for no reason. Almost gets into the gearbox of the car in front as he's trying to find a way around into P6. He looks as though he's got a little bit more pace at this point of the race than Jess, but it is a circuit that very much limits where you can and can't overtake, and that isn't a place that you can overtake unless you are truly suicidal. Yeah. But Liam's just going to have to deal with it now. He's going to lose some time in the short term, but be interesting to see if they decide to trade places. As DRS for Jess, as Leslie says, Harry slow on softs. Imagine his shock. Yes, absolutely, is almost as bad as someone that would sign up to a league race and a league season, then leave halfway through it with no intention of getting to the Championship 5. Lap 5 of 36. Michel now on the back of Sully. They've broken away from Florian, so these soft tyres already starting to fade, and Michel, well, we know that he is the favourite coming into this one. It looks as though he is utilising every inch of track space behind Sully, and 4 tenths behind. He knows he's got a one stop to make, so as long as safety cars are friendly to him, then it should all go to plan. We can kind of harp back to I believe it was 2 seasons ago when Cup were at, or at least when I last raced at Cup in Zandvoort, when Jess had an absolute shocker that round and ended up, giving me a heart attack, but then benefiting me. It was me and Jake fighting away for 3rd on the last lap, and she spun at the end of the second sector and managed to reverse into Jake. There is the Dutch torpedo, and there is our first safety car of the evening, as Rico's lost it in the middle of the corner, the middle of 2 corners there. So gonna have to take a guess that he's hit this inside curb and either gone to the inside wall or the outside wall there, because otherwise there's no other way that you'd hit something there, because you do take it relatively quickly, but I'm sure the man that was on his Joker, that is now sitting on the sidelines and watching this one, although I'll pretend it's real. He's being assessed by the local medical facility as Kingan almost drives into the back of the safety car, and he's being checked over for severe concussion, something that he may have suffered with over the last 8 months or so. But Yuri, Pitters 4, Pitters for Risky.
I'm writing them down.
Laurie, Harry, Dan, Jess, Liam, Shep, OKK, I think it's just come in again. No, he stayed out. So Scott in as well. He's making a stop. So they're making their mandatory safety car stop on lap 7. So as Scott comes out just in front of Bazza. But they'll file up behind the safety car, as you see Michel has done. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't hurt Michel too much. He is effectively now on the same strategy, or Risky's now effectively somewhat on the same strategy as him, but down in P5. So Risky's got some overtaking to do, which isn't easy, but if you look at the calibre of driver he's got to overtake, Thomas, Jake and Jacko, he should do it relatively quickly, because 3 of those guys... well, especially the one in second position shouldn't be hard at all, and he's making it even easier by pitting and cycling to the back of the field.
Wow.
You get free reign here. I'll let you criticise him for the next 30 seconds or so.
Really?
Yeah, go for it.
That is just fucking stupid. See that Michael pits, that I'm not sure why, but that makes more sense than Jacko. Why would you not pit on the first safety car's outing? I was like, oh, well, he's gonna save a safety car stop for after the stage 2 and maybe go long and blah blah blah. No, he ditched it, and now he's 10th. I mean, 10th not bad, I guess, but you're net P 10. Net P. Sorry, I can't do it. Net P8.
P8, yeah.
No, net P9.
That is a proper smooth brain decision there from Jacko. Because I would have extended and taken a green flag stop, because there will be another safety car.
For sure.
I mean, we're in Kia, so you're guaranteed to have at least another 3. We had a VSC, we now had a safety car.
And straight after each other.
And yeah, I would have taken the hurt of a green flag stop in the first stage and used the second one to get your safety car stop. But
if you're not pitting on the first lap of the safety car, then that is the way to go.
Yeah, but Jacko makes Jacko decisions. That's the reason why he's a Kia driver.
You'll never be a champion in your own league.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially...
Garrett, dude creates an entire tier just for himself, and then he fucks it up.
Creates the rules as well.
Anyway, you want to talk about something more painful? The thermal $1 million challenge.
Yeah, go on then. Let's discuss that. That went really well. We should try that in Kia next season.
Yeah, sure. We kind of do. It's called the Super Speedway.
yeah. Well, no, but what we'll do is we'll split them into. We'll have 4 races of 5 cars.
Well, the calendar is only under review, right? So you can still make an adjustment if you want.
Okay, yeah, true. We'll put it on a track that is completely impossible to overtake on unless you're. Right.
We'll do Monaco twice.
You're right, Shep.
We'll just do Monaco twice. Yeah,
we'll do it like that. We'll do Monaco like. I just honestly, what on earth were they thinking?
Well, the idea is nice, and I like the fact that they're trying something new. I love that. The first thing that bugs me so much is that it's called the $1 Million Challenge, but the prize pot in total was 1.7 million, and the winner got $500,000. So where the fuck are they going with a $1 Million Challenge?
It was just so.
Second of all,
it was so boring. It was so boring.
Second of all, the heat races made absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because you got one grid that was stacked with quality drivers, and the other half was okay. And then they just did their thing. Alex Blow things and just gone in and never to be seen again. The other guys just did what they had to do. The Arrow McLaren guys ran each other more off the road more than the ART lot do, usually. And then we got to the final, which was... The first half of the final was the most boring racing I've ever seen.
Yeah, really.
I get that there's strategy involved, but...
Really dull. Really dull. And talk about really dull. Michel Goris. At the front of this one, leading the restart. Very slowly indeed, just what we like to see. Lower the tyre temps from everyone behind. I'm sure there'll be some tears in the chat afterwards, but there's nothing wrong with it. Sully is doing exactly what you need to be doing in this situation.
Oh, is that a gap? That's a big.
No, it's not more than not more than 5 car lengths. He can wait because Michelle will say go.
Well, that's definitely more than 5 car lengths.
I think that's about 5 car lengths, and he can wait. And what he does is he gives himself acceleration space. There we go. And watch this, he'll cruise right up to the back of Thomas as they get towards turn 1. There's no need to fight, but he does, of course. Doesn't get tangled up like we've seen other cars do from behind, as Dan and Harry are side by side as they go through turn 2 and turn 3 into the hairpin. And it is Dan that gets up past Harry. Jess, who went on to brand new softs at her stop, so she's going for a short stint. And then a longer second stint. But she has Liam go around the outside of her there, as I'm sure he'll cry that was a great overtaking move, but all they've done is hold up everyone else behind them. Shep behind, he took a trip through the grass under the safety car because Kia, and Jacko behind him. Oh, I saw it. Don't worry, I see everything. Right, let's get back up with Funky. Let's go up with Florian as he now sits behind Risky. So Risky on the hard tyres now. So he is going for a very long stint. You can see just how much time he feels he's losing behind Thomas. Because, of course, these guys at the front yet to stop. They'll be taking their safety car stops in the second stage, surely. There's no point taking one now. They might as well wait until the second stage. As down the inside goes Risky, as he can now take position, and he also gets a really clean run on Jake around the outside, and that should, in theory, give him the option of going around the outside. Jake's going to run him up to the wall, but Risky on the new tyres with the extra grip gets the whole shot and moves up past. So that's 2 cars and 2 corners, and puts a nice bit of space between himself and Florian, who's trying to go down the inside of Jake. Lovely move there, as in fact that's Thomas and Jake, as Thomas tried to there we go, there's 2 on, like, the same, almost exactly the same livery. How on earth am I meant to work out who's who in this situation? Right, Florian gets around the outside of Thomas. Livery. Oh, it's the fucking orange cars. We get it, we're in the Netherlands, who cares? Right. Yes. Like,
more Dutch.
Right, who's looking semi-competent? Dan, what are you doing in P6? You're now looking at the back of Thomas. He is, of course, going to be on the defensive on those tyres. He would have, I imagine, used a lot of battery. Yes, he has, and he's on the button again. DRS enabled coming onto this lap. Harry, oh, that's a move and a half across. He's got the inside line. Come on, you've got to commit to that, Harry. Don't be such a pussy. As he gets...
He's watching, dude. Come on.
Yeah, let's see. Is he actually? No, pulls out of that move as well. God.
Well, at least he won't father any unwanted children.
What a beta male, as he pulls out of everything. oh, I love my job.
For fuck's sake. Yes, let's go.
Right, we've got...
By the way, oh, nice lines, Thomas. Where the are you going?
Oh, I missed that. Oh, hello. Off to the beach. Oh, for Shep. Right, here comes Shep's customary wing change.
Let's count him. That's 1.
There's...
Or is that 2?
Oh, where's he going? No, you got to keep turning. You got no wing. Right, so that is 1. We've been off track twice, but that is 1. This is a man that almost won the race on pace in... Oh, Shep, what on earth are you doing?
Almost... listen, Garrett, he has no front wing, so the rear is really loose. The front apparently as well.
He must have rear wing damage, because otherwise... The front wing isn't this bad, unless it's forced directly underneath the car. Right, he's into the box. I'm just going to double check because there's a good chance that he almost bins it as well. Right, change for the lead as well. Risky got up past Michel. There was also a change between, I think that was Jake that found himself battling with, I think got taken by Dan Price. He's now got Harry on the back of him. Harry is going to give him a little bit of a helping hand into the right-hander, as unfortunately doesn't get the move done just there. Jacko sitting behind these 2 as well. as Harry kind of needs to get this move done sooner rather than later. Of course, Jake on the Joker, so he'll be going long as Harry goes for the under and over. He's going to have DRS here, so he gets the benefit, uses a little bit of push to pass as well. Cuts across the nose of Jake. I mean, it's a better move, but you're putting a lot of faith in the fact that a Kia driver knows to brake a little bit earlier. But now Jacko can go on the offensive. Let's see what you've got, Mr. Ricketts, in terms of with Jake Warrior. Of course, these two, as Jacko said, he should have given him a little bit of a bump and run last time they were racing with each other. As Jake is now out of battery, in fact, so is Harry. So these guys are using, as long as Jacko has to deal with the fact that Liam tries to go around the outside as these two are fighting over a position. Liam, who questioned if we said he was too erratic, we'll find out, goes around the outside. He's going to get the position there. Oh, no, he's not. Into the wall. And that takes out 2 cars. That's it's not really on Liam, that one. It's kind of a bit of both. Safety car out for the second time of the race. That was just 2 cars all going for the same real estate, and unfortunately coming off worse. It looks as though Jacko's got away worse. Liam may have some side pod damage. Jacko definitely will need a new front wing, which he now can't take as a mandatory stop, which would have been much better as Liam overtakes Scott, who's got a puncture. Scott, who's got a right-left puncture. A rear left puncture. So
Liam has some sort of issues as well, because he's sliding about more than anyone.
Yeah, I imagine he's most likely got like floor damage of some sort, which around here is basically a death sentence.
Well, you know what's nice?
Keep driving, Scott.
Scott actually I was just about to say, Scott actually keeps it moving. He's slowly losing space every time.
Yeah, you need to.
You got to put in some throttle, man. Come on.
You need to keep the wheels turning, Scott.
Because if you go below that 50 miles an hour, you're done for, mate.
Turn.
Throttle in a lower gear, Scott.
What's he in? He's in 5th. Oh, for God's sake! Why on earth are you in 5th gear? He's gonna stop. He's not making it.
No. That's it.
Oh, Scott, why were you driving in 5th gear, mate? And there's and there he goes.
Oh no!
We've beached it. You needed to be in 2nd gear for that entirety. That's going to be a disqualification. Oh, he's slowly.
No, he's getting disqualified. He's not going quick enough, which is a shame because I would have loved the safety car rear-end him, but he's ghosted as well, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, why is he ghosted?
Because he's too slow.
Oh, no, he's not ghosted now. Someone driving to the back of him. Can't be below. Scott gets a DSQ, unfortunately. Rear left puncture. We've seen it happen. He's not the first. He won't be the last. The car's still trying to restart. This happened to, if you remember, Jamie Wright in COTA a few seasons ago. Was
yours truly, Gareth?
Yeah, happened to me in that was a double puncture as well. That was
on the right side, right?
In Japan, we've seen it happen to several cars in the past. Unfortunate there. Punctures picked up.
I got a rear puncture as well one day. I managed to keep it going. Didn't matter though. Right,
so
Misha took his pit stop, by the way.
That's Scott out, and that's lesson learned. That yes, you don't want to spin the car, but to build revs, you can't be in 5th gear. I mean, try pulling away in 5th gear in your road car, Scott, and see if that works.
Can be done. I've done it.
Yeah, what are you
It takes about a minute.
I was going to say, what were you doing? Flooring it?
No, you got to be so gentle with the clutch, but it is doable.
Oh yeah, famously F1 RPM is all about being gentle with the clutch.
I'm talking my car, my road-going car.
What is your road-going car, Yuri? Apart from the fact a bike.
That's not a car.
Do you fly?
I mean, come on, dude.
Is it your drone? I've never seen you in a car.
Fly that.
I don't think I've ever seen.
You've seen me in a car.
I don't think I've ever
seen the same car.
Yeah, but I'm not your car. You've sat in Jacko's car with me.
Well, listen.
You can't claim just because you've sat in the passenger seat that it's your car.
Listen. My car is red. It has an animal as a logo, and it is mind-boggling fast.
A red car that's got an Animal as his logo.
And it's really, really fast. Everybody wants one.
I'm sure.
A German driver once said, "Everybody's a fan. Even if you're not a fan, you're a fan."
So it's a
It's
Peugeot.
red, it's got an animal. Yes, it is. Yes, Sully. Yes.
Right.
That is 22 kph.
Well done. So we're down in the teens. We're at 16. I think that's the best ever. He's got to watch out though, because if he brings out a yellow, he'll get a blocking penalty.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Because that's what we saw. We did see that
flags.
last week. So he's got to watch out because he's got to keep up the pace.
Posted.
Lovely. We love to see this, Sullivan. They are a full stop at the back of the pack here.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Oh, lovely. And do you know what, guys? There's absolutely shit all you can do about this because Sully can do exactly what he wants. No complaining from any of you. Right. Scott says he got a puncher and then the car froze on track. It didn't freeze on track, mate. We were watching. We saw exactly what happened.
Yeah. We saw you go at 40 kph.
We were calling out the fact that you were in fifth gear and then you suddenly shifted down to first. Right, Sully getting us restarted in what will hopefully be in about 3 weeks' time. As it... they're actually
a cup of coffee or tea.
They're actually starting to pack up to leave for Singapore at the moment. So right, any time from now he can go. Florian sits behind him. The tyre temps are going to be just the best.
None of them are on the brakes.
They're all far too close. Harry, there you go. Smart decision from Harry. Don't sit on the gearbox of the guy in front of you. Sully's gone. Good restart from him. Behind, Daniel trying to go around the outside of the floor, and the two rookies side by side behind. We're almost 4 wide into turn 1. That's Michel going down the inside of 3 cars. As Daniel Price goes around the outside of Flory, gets the position up into P2. Behind, we've got Shep driving as if he's got the wheel upside down. We've got Harry Collier, P4. Michel up to P5. He's made his 1 mandatory stop, so he's going to the end on hard tyres from here. Jake, he's stayed out, so he's deciding to go later on. That's going to be a crash, surely. That was, and what a stupid fucking imbeciles. Right. I mean, that was always going to happen. I don't know what any of you were doing in that. Yeah, I don't know what any of you were doing in that situation. Safety car restart. Just get to the line.
No, but listen, Garrett, that's all because of cold tires.
Oh yeah, it's cold tyres fault. It's got nothing to do with the cars swiping at each other when they're driving. It's because they're trying to go side by side into the fast right-hander. It's not.
It works, though.
Yeah, it's a great overtaking place. Famously, you always choose the corners that are almost flat out to your overtake. They all think they're fucking Kimi Räikkönen of Japan, don't they? Like going around the outside of Fisichella. It's unbelievable.
No, see, you're so wrong there. It's doable. We saw it with Liam and someone else, and also in the battle for the second position after the first restart. It is happening. But what I noticed whilst I was looking at the replay, because I can call it a replay, it's 30 seconds later on the other screen where I'm watching the stream, someone just either to the left and body checked someone.
Oh yeah, there was a hip check onto the grass, but then that person that went on the grass, I can't remember, I think it was Liam, I might be wrong, then just...
And why are you all pitting?
Then comes back on. Yeah.
The only one that has make any pit there is Jake. All the other you, even if you're pitting for softs, you're scrubs.
You'll all be under the safety car for the next 2 laps anyway.
Yeah, I mean you can't pit on lap 19 because it will be a non-mandatory, but you can pit the next lap. Anyway, I am so ready for the stewards'
What is it? No, race 7. So, what have we got? 6 more races?
Oh, Sully.
Oh, I've missed that. But
out of turn, what is it? 8, 9? Turn 9, he just lost it, I think. He's just dropping positions left, right, and center from the lead of the race.
He's got Knighton syndrome. Like he can't get through a race without spinning these days. I swear it's
He's lucky he's got 2 wins under his belt.
Yeah.
2 wins, right?
Yeah, I mean he's just here for the fun now. He's already through. Yeah, he's got 2 wins.
I understand the part where you want to help Michel achieve his Joker win, but that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
You just hand him the win on the line like Schumacher and Barrichello did.
Michel on his Joker is 4 laps onto the hards. Jake is in 9th. He's onto mediums now. He's got to take those mediums a long way. You probably wanted to roll this first that hard stint to around about lap 20.
Yeah.
And then pit on.
You gotta wonder though, is Jake really? This, I think he's making the best of a worst case scenario anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But you gotta wonder though, is he trying to hoping for another safety car so you can get onto softs or another set of mediums at some point? And if that happens, what does Michel do?
Yeah,
because right now Michel's just looking good.
I think Michel
if the safety car stays out, then he's gonna struggle.
Or to put it politely, I think Michel can probably win this race with his hands tied, seeing as Sully's now at the back of towards the back of the field and on 12-lap-old hards.
I don't know. It all depends on what the safety car. Seeing as the grid bunches up, though, we should be fine. If you go green and people will pit now, then it's going to be a lot different because then he'll cycle through the front. But if people will stay out.
If we get a late safety car, then it changes. But seeing as we're doing a Kia and we're getting rid of all the safety cars in the first half of the race.
This is the third safety car.
Third safety car in 6 laps.
Now that's rude. 9.
So
we had 1 green lap between every safety car.
Right, strap in, guys. This one's going to be electric on restart because the last 2 have gone away swimmingly. So,
and in case you're Harry, strap on and pull out.
Harry in P3 now, so he's made up a position. Of course, that's because of pitters. But we'll now see Daniel will be leading us around, and he'll take. Well, he's already taken his playoff point for leading a lap. Of course, you get 1 added. The playoff points that have been added for leading laps has been an absolute arse-ache to try and compile the results. So that is being completely reviewed. So I'm sure everyone will have to renew where their positions actually are come the end of the next race. And any time from now, off he goes. Good restart from the rookie. I say rookie in Kia. Down the inside goes Michel on Harry. So Harry getting completely mugged off at the restart. And looks as though everyone else, I'm not going to hold my breath, have made it through. As Thomas goes down the inside of Jacko there as they fight over position. Jacko, who of course got tangled up with Liam as... oh, there we go. Do you want to have another one? Should we have another one? Or
sure. Why not?
Have we've not done enough of a lap yet for the safety car to actually get back into position?
Just to make it shame. I really hoped it would be, because it would be so interesting. Because all the guys up front have made a safety car pit stop.
Right. All into the wall. There goes Sully.
Hey! Nice.
And should we have another one? Anyone? Safety car? Anyone? Safety car? Or we're not... No.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. Sorry.
Well, that's 2 cars gone on this lap. Anyone else? Roll up. Come and see. Honestly, it's like going to...
Well, now, with Sully gone, Michel really has this in the back.
You've got to think. Like, into the box comes the leader, comes Dan. That releases Funky, or Florian. Michel now on his ass. Harry now up to P3 once again. Of course, Harry, who's managing to make up positions through being overtaken, not actually doing any overtaking. Michael, I'm not going to say anything, so we'll just ignore that.
Don't say anything.
We'll go straight on to Jacko, and we'll talk about Jacko. Jacko, shit. Thomas having a somewhat decent recovery run after battling away earlier. Don't touch that outside curb because there's no need to be anywhere near it. But managing to push Jacko at the moment. Jake behind, he's on the fresh mediums, of course, compared to Thomas's older softs, and those softs will be going off around about now. Of course, they tend to fall away after around about 6 laps around here, so Jake can kind of just pick and choose. He's managed to recover around about 60% battery under the safety car, which shows you just how much they were using beforehand. That he could only recover 60%.
No, he's probably used 40 of them.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I think it's the other way around.
But
Thomas,
Thomas,
a lot less than Thomas, by the way.
who are all
Not
these?
sure if you can see it on this screen.
Why can no one look after their battery around here? Like, you don't need to use it. You barely use it down there unless you're on the main straight. And there goes Liam. Anyone? Safety car? Anyone? Anyone? No. Safety car? No. No. We've used them all up. Okay, right. Let's go.
Why are you hoping for a safety car?
I'm not, but we've lost 3 cars and we've not had any safety cars, so I'm guessing we've used everything up. Or we're on lap 22, so.
Well, at least we're not getting field spread, as of yet.
True, but it also does mean that that everyone else needs to make a stop, and Michel doesn't, and will therefore win the race by about 20 seconds.
We're long overdue a big win.
Yeah, because that's what's always fun.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right, Jake,
That was fun.
what are you doing? As in front, Jacko trying to go down the inside of Harry now. Of course, Harry's on old tyres as Thomas tries to put his nose down as well. Not quite ill. Runs into the back of Harry as well on exit. As that allows Jake to go around the outside of him. Bazza now on the back of Thomas, who's dropped a position behind Jake. Of course, you get DRS on the curve, so that's not overly helpful. As into the box comes Thomas. As through goes Jake on Harry. So Harry now kind of falling away on these tyres. So he's going to look to come on to some new tyres as Scott has managed to retire and leave the session again. So into the box for second stops comes Thomas and comes OKK. So Michael down to 9th position, Thomas down to 11th. Thomas onto softs to get to the end. Sure. Bazza.
It's Scott who left the session, not Thomas. Luckily.
Did I say Thomas? I thought I said. Oh, never mind. Rico now leaves. Oh, that's a lag spike between Harry and Bazza. I'm sure that was appreciated. But Bazza now up into P5. That drops Harry down another position. You've got to think that Harry's going to think about coming in shortly. As Leslie said, not to expect too much from him. At the moment, I've done nothing but watch him get overtaken. So my expectations are low to start with. Does he dive in this time around? Yes, he does. I'm sure he gets it slowed down. Yes, he does. Gets it slowed down. So it's him and Florian, both on 17 lap old mediums, both coming in. Florian making the decision to go onto mediums. That's the smart decision. Harry making the decision to go onto mediums. That is the smart decision. Get to the end on tyres that are definitely going to get there, rather than chancing on tyres that might not. As Jess
and also
moves
saving
up.
softs for a
True.
eventual safety car, because I think we still have one.
Yeah, you think so, but three cars out and nothing. I'd rather have a red flag than a safety car. Safety cars, they kind of just take up. I'd rather have a restart than a safety car restart.
Yeah, because you guys can really, yeah, because we saw that on rolling starts they're trash. Why not put in another standing start?
We love chaos here.
Fair enough.
There's,
Fair enough.
Jake now on the back of Jacko. Jacko, of course, now in lap old soft, so Jacko will be in shortly. Let's see if it's he stays out for another lap. I think Jacko is going to find himself being swallowed up by Jake here, so that's a tasty Monday night or Tuesday night treat for Jacko. But
bump him, Jake. Bump him.
yeah, it's roles reversed here. We saw Jacko
Yeah.
making the move earlier, so why not just give him a helping hand? Jacko, of course, who was involved in that incident with Liam earlier on in the evening. As Leslie said, we've had 2 VSCs and 3 safety cars, so there we go. That's that's the compliment done.
Well, Jacko is rescued there then, because he'll just sit out this lap and probably next lap and go softs to the end.
Yeah, and from there the softs will be viable. So he should comfortably get to the end from there. Kingan's in. He'll go on to softs from now, and that's fine. They'll be hurting, but they will probably get to the end. Will be touch and go though. You don't really want to be on tyres or softs for longer than 10 laps around here. So Once again, Jacko, you can see how much time he's losing out of the corners. He's now down to 5.1 seconds behind Michel. Jake really pressuring the back of him. Does Jacko box? Yes, he does. So that releases Jake out. So the man on the Joker is following the man on the Joker. So both our Joker drivers, P1 and P2. Jake has now got to make up 5 seconds on Michel. Michel's got older tyres and slower tyres. So Jake, of course, needs to be in this window where his tyres are in their nice period, where they're not graining too much and they're not wearing too much. Needs to be taking some time out of Michel. Yellow flags are out for...
Oh my fucking god.
Don't hit the wall. Come on, Michael.
How? You've just done 2 fastest laps in a row, dude. You're the car flying. We didn't even say anything.
We were rooting for Michael though. That was a podium with his name on it tonight. Was Michael, who's had an absolute torrid season in the Cup season or Cup Series and in the Kia. Watch your tyre temps. Don't force it. You can bring it back up to speed gently. He's got Thomas Nevitt in front of him. That shouldn't be too hard because we know that OKK's got the pace. Thomas's tyres will go off, so he won't need to work too hard. I speak very, very softly. Harry Collier is now 0.6 of a second behind Jess. And is this something that we've not seen all race? Is this Harry actually overtaking someone? He's got DRS on Jess. Jess, who's not far behind Jacko as well. Harry's closing up and closing up. He went purple in Sector 3. He goes down the inside. And by Jove, he's done it. He's actually overtaken someone.
Your father! You didn't pull out.
See, he fathers an overtake into turn 1 at Tarzan.
Nice.
Ah, never mind. Right, Jacko, he's the next target for Harry. Jacko, who has in fact made his stop onto mediums now. So 1 lap old mediums for Jacko. So he has a little bit of an advantage on the guys in front. Bazza needs to make another stop. Of course, P1 and P2 don't. So the 3rd place on the podium is very much still up for grabs. Harry most likely won't be one of the drivers on it, but will be. He's kind of just picked up these kind of top 6, top 7 results all season, which has put him 3rd in the. I think it was 3rd in the regular season. We do have a Tesco Club Car shootout taking place.
And you've taken track about you've kept track about who's where and what the standings are.
Absolutely, right? I have, and that was tweeted out early on at Jackocar 2, and you can check that out on at Jackocar 2, where you can find out who the Tesco Club Car drivers are. Yuri, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the Club Car shootout and how it works?
Yeah, I figured you were gonna shove that onto me. I am absolutely 100% up to date with the Club Car shootout and the way it works. Oh, actually, I don't. I just have the battles in here, and but I will try the Tesco Club Car shootout because we're absolutely sponsored by Tesco. As we do have a moment to talk about it because there is classic Kia Series field spread, and yes, Waze, Isaac is actually racing. He is still in this. Bless him. He is doing very well for him, for his liking. It's his first race in 7 races this season, still in it, 11th place, scoring a whopping 5 points, I want to say. Doesn't care. Kingen, I'm not sure you're listening, but I've got a word of advice for you. Try and get the fastest lap. You might want to start your your chase campaign with a couple of points. Yes, Leslie, Harry has indeed made it to the finals because Sully eliminated himself. Harry actually didn't have to do fuck all for it. So, try again. Shootouts. To make the second half of the regular season a little bit more interesting, the owners have decided to bring in a shootout system where it's just a 1v1 between you and another driver. It's a championship kind of system.
A bracket, much like you see in a knockout competition.
A knockout, thanks. That's the word I was looking for. So you basically knock out the competition you're facing, and the winner gets a couple of playoff points. I'm not entirely sure how much. The whole semi-finals were Harry versus Sully and Jake versus Florian. The first one is already sorted because, as I said, so they eliminate himself. The second one is still Jake between Florian, and that could get interesting if Jake's tires fall off, which, looking at the gap, I don't expect them to do. Florian is flying though, he's right on the back of Dan right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap between Florian and Jake, but he does get past Dan Price as into the box comes Bazza, so he makes his stop. So the gap now is 9 seconds, or give or take a few hundredths of a second, between Florian and Jake for that second spot in the Club Card Shootout final. Harry has got there as Scott has left the chat. As he says, I'm not racing anymore because he got a puncture. Oh, join the fucking club, Scott. Everyone's had it at some point. That'd be such a girl. Right, he gets minus 10 points for that as well, so he gets a...
Taking the piss. He actually done that.
Yeah, I know.
He's actually done that.
Ah,
Scott, dude. Come on.
It's a puncture.
I liked you better. I liked him better last 2 seasons.
I thought Jacko would bring in some guys with some actual balls to them.
And decent guys, right?
Yeah, not ones that would just give up just because of something's gone. It's just because look at Mr. OKK. The man has endured an awful season, and he comes up, turns up, and races every single week, no matter what happens. And he's actually now closing in on Bazza, even though Bazza's made it that stop. So I would say we're going to watch this, but every time we do watch it, something terrible goes wrong. So we'll go back up to Dan Price and Florian, because Dan hasn't actually been dropped by Florian just yet. 0.8 of a second is the gap between the pair of them. Kingdon still hasn't taken your advice of coming in and...
no, but he needs to wait a few laps, because otherwise someone can counter it, so...
I don't think anyone's going to counter... Who else is going to counter it? That's it would be between... Surely you're looking at sort of like... Bazza down, aren't you? Michael could, to be fair. Michael holds it at the moment, doesn't he? So
yeah.
So that would be... I think that would be Michael's first playoff point of the season.
You could argue that Jess could have a go at it.
She
Even
could.
Harry
I think Jess always kind of predominantly goes for points finishes.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. It does look as though it kind of is between Michael. Bazza, in theory, can on these new tyres. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of looking at the bottom four for the guys that, in theory, could scrub some points.
You could even say that Jacko could drop back and give it a go, but then again, he's closing in on Dan, who is slowly falling back from Florian, so he might be hoping for a podium.
Jacko is not even kind of confirmed of getting into the playoffs yet. So
well, either way, you would like to have some playoff points.
True. But what do
again? You might need the points for
Yeah. Do you want to
solid finish?
So this is a tricky call in Cup compared to in Kia compared to Cup. Is that
no? It's not. Chase.
Do you go through the chase? Yeah, but
chase.
Yeah, but the chase in Kia is just like race to the bottom, isn't it? It's like there's so much like chaos that goes on that you can literally. It's because it's not for those of you that are new, it's not a case of we use the playoffs and then you get to the end and the most points gets through. There are knockout races, so every second race, so there are 4 playoffs, 4 playoff races. So the second race in the playoffs is knockout race, and the fourth place and knockout race. So if you get tangled up with someone that was in the incident wasn't your fault in, say, the first one, you're under pressure for the second one. And is that worth it for Jacko, who we have said should be in a Championship 5, but for some reason this season has completely lost all talent whatsoever? But yeah,
well, looking at the standings right now, Jacko will maintain his position. He will overtake Jess, but we will lose out to Michel, who would advance.
Well, do you want to hear the fucking nerve of someone in the comments right now, Mr. Hasselager?
No, don't care, because his opinion holds no value. His AI. Look, there's only one driver I've ever met in my entirety of league racing whose AI is quicker than him. So that says enough.
True, you've been owned. So yeah, 33 of 36. This is kind of petered out, this race, isn't it? There's nothing really
Yeah.
happened for the last 10 laps or so.
Well,
so
Jacko's about to hopefully make it
this
a
is
little
what
bit more
fucking
interesting.
happens, guys, when you all bring out safety cars early in the race. This, we have a message went out into the chat earlier today that warned all of you not to do it, and this is exactly what's happened.
Looking at you, Sully.
Well, actually, Sully's
Up your racecraft.
didn't even bring out a safety car, so he wasn't even bad enough to do that.
Then we already were out.
Yeah.
Like half of the incidents that happen, there's three safety cars. 2 of them have been brought out by non-DNFing incidents.
Right, Thomas gets
Liam and
3
sorry.
seconds. Yeah, no, go on. I was just looking at timings.
Liam and Jacko brought one out, and then the Schijfvlak one on the restart brought one out, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry.
And it had no DNFs either.
Sorry, were you just coughing halfway through that word? What was it?
Yeah, funny.
Right. So Michael sits on the fastest lap, 1:11.954. So he's the only driver in the 11s. He's now right on the back of Bazza, so he can make up a position. He's got a playoff point. If I'm Thomas or Isaac, I'm pitting now and attempting to go for a fastest lap. Neither one of them are going to lose really any position over this.
Well, and
Right.
Thomas, Kingen at least, he has to do it now because he'll be lapped if he pits. So this is it, now or never.
Yeah, because we're on to the
Never.
penultimate lap, and Michel starts lap 35 of 36. Jake into P2, which would be his best result of the season. Of course, a man that's won plenty of races here back when he was a full TC scrub, and was pretty much solely responsible for having
Yeah,
Kia
that
locked to
France
medium
race was
TC.
disgusting. You're just going into turn, what is it, 4 or 5 or so?
Yeah,
And you're like half a second behind.
losing
and you
1.5
exit
seconds
it.
out of every corner.
Yeah. You just gain everything in the braking and in like mid corner, and then on exit he's just like, nah, see ya mate, bye bye.
As Michael has got past Bazza with one of the most aggressive defensive moves across I've ever seen, but didn't really work. Michael can actually now work on trying to catch up to Jess, because she's not actually out of the question here. He's got 2 laps fresher tyres than Jess, 1 lap to go, and he'll be within DRS, so he can put the pressure on and take P7, which would be one of his best results of the season, which is a real shame for a driver that we really wanted or really thought that could be pushing for podiums this season. Of course, almost won the Cup Series race at Silverstone 2 seasons ago. Got tangled up with Jamie Numbers, the penultimate corner at Club.
Check down the inside.
As he does go
Check
down.
down the inside of Den.
Didn't even see that one
Just,
coming.
No, I know, because it's Jacko. Who actually thinks Jacko's going to get a top 4 out of this?
Yeah. Right.
Bullshit.
Last lap of the race. Michel's coming around the second sector. This has been, I mean, absolutely nothing. It's 12 seconds he's going to win by. Dan can go
Not
back
good
at
enough.
Jacko. This is a, yeah, maybe not. Trying to stay off that inside curve as well. Jacko's used all his battery. So this is going to go down to DRS at the end of the, down towards the chicane. They're not that far off if anyone picks up a late penalty, but I think as the man coming around the final corner to win in his homeland, making it another win for a Dutchman in the Netherlands. Michel up to the line, and he takes the victory here comfortably on his Joker, becomes another Joker winner in Jackocar. Jake will be, I'm sure, pretty happy with P2. I can see yellow flag out, but I'm not even going to question it.
Michael's out of fuel!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Dan gets Jacko on the line by 700ths of a second. Harry P6. Jess. Michael. Oh, Michael. Bazza's out of fuel as well, and he's using all of his
Really?
battery. Yeah,
Oh, for fuck's
they're
sake.
both just crawling to the line. Bazza's on battery with no fuel left. Bazza actually uses up more fuel being on battery. Oh, the slipstream. Thomas is almost caught him, but he's got 3 seconds. So that's the end. Isaac was a lap down, I think, by the end of that. As Way says, I beg not to use Zandvoort in Cup unless you'll be crying. Well, I fucking hope it's in Cup, and also fucking up you're not in Cup. So Jake gets driver of the day in game. I'm sure he'll be delighted with that. But it was a decent run for him, the man from Barnsley, who returned to the Kia Series this season and is back on the podium. But it is Michel that takes the win. Another Cup driver dropping down to Kia and scabbing themselves a victory. That's pretty easy with especially with Sully binning it on his own at the end of that one, Yuri.
Yeah. I solely blame Sully for a boring race. That's all on him. It's all his fault. I doubt that because he crashed he will look this race up anyway, so he won't hear it. I can say whatever I want about him. Good for Jacko and Dan to make it a little interesting in those final stages. Really great for Michael to burn all his fuel in an attempt to get that fastest lap and then actually getting that fastest lap. So I guess that paid off. And yeah, closer than I expected between Florian and Jake, but it is Jake versus Harry in the club kart shootout final.
Sorry, can we I just want to address something quickly.
Oh no.
We had 3 safety cars. Yeah. And Michael and Bazza still ran out of fuel.
2 virtual safety cars as well, remember?
What did they do? Put 5 litres in? How much did you underfuel that you've ran out of fuel on the last lap with 3 safety cars?
It happens.
Never mind. Right. That's Zandvoort done. I do love watching them attempt to drive around here. Thomas finishes a race. Yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations. I know it's been a bit of a
100% success rate.
You did better than some other idiots tonight. Let's just say that. that was a smooth brain race for a couple of drivers. So Michel from Jake, from Florian are your top 3. Dan gets Jack on the line by a few hundredths of a second. Harry, Jess, OKK, Bazza, and Thomas Nevitt were your top 10. Kingen finished a lap down, but the last one classified, and everyone else ended up in the wall, out the race. Well, apart from Scott, who of course a puncture, and thinking that he could drive around in 5th gear and that would create enough RPM to keep the wheels spinning. But that's us done for this week. Last race of the regular season next week in Singapore. And Yuri, do you remember what happened last time we went to Singapore?
I usually don't really have that good of a memory when it happens.
Do you not remember the fact that last time we were in Singapore that we had 5 safety cars? We had a full safety car, and I'm pretty sure we had in total 4 laps of green flag racing.
Oh yeah, I do remember you complaining about
that. And the race went on for well over an hour. It was the longest. I think the longest race we've ever had.
Well, at least you and I weren't in control over designing this calendar, so it's not our fault. It's on the grid.
Absolutely so. And whilst we talk about the calendar, let's play it for you, because those of you that may have been missing out, this is next season's calendar. Not that one, that one. So we'll leave you for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. My name's Gareth. I've been joined by Yuri Hasselager. We'll see you next week in Singapore.
Apparently we do. Can't wait. Be better.
bye.